Hello, this is Mary Catherine at Red Robin Farm, and I'm thinking I'm going to do more with my YouTube channel, or I'm going to give it a try. And my husband Adam is figuring out some editing programs for me to use, so hopefully that'll work. I've never flipped the camera where I'm watching myself talk, so that's kind of strange, but we'll get used to it. Today I just wanted to share a few things with you: a little sewing, a little knitting, and a little art. I'm looking at the things on the floor down there. And I wanted to start with these masks. Everybody's making masks. I know there's 1,000,001 mask patterns out there. This is the pattern I've been doing, and these are masks for children because the children are going back to school, and some of the kids in our primary school who are, they're probably 6, 7, 8. The masks at Walmart are too big for them, and so they're loose and baggy. So this is the mask that I made. This fabric was given to me. It's a muslin, lightweight underneath. It's all cotton, and a slightly thicker. It's just 2 layers. It's very simple. No pocket, no nose piece, and some elastic. And this was given to me by a group locally called the Masketeers, and I'm part of this group. And we make masks. People donate money, so we have elastic and fabric, but we sew them and donate them. So these are for the school children, so that they have masks that fit. I watched one video. Maybe I can link it down there. And they had made so many masks, and the woman said that a child's face, the heads are all different sizes, but the face is very consistent. From the bridge of the nose to the temple is about 4.5 inches. And from the bridge of the nose to right under the chin is 4.5. And it's also 4.5 from here to the temple. And so it's this triangle, which makes it easy to measure these masks. So I made 11 of these to donate to the Masketeer group next time they pick up masks. So that's exciting. The next sewing project I'm not going to start until it's cooler, because this has wool. I make my husband vests because he likes like vests that they would have worn in colonial Williamsburg kind of vests. So we went to this wonderful fabric store. I may have to do a video there someday, because the fabric was just, you're just drooling as you walk around. And this is this beautiful, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, look at that. He thought he wanted bright things. He wanted a bright yellow hobbit vest. And we got there and he saw this, which is not bright yellow. And he was like, oh, I really want that. And you know what I've forgotten to do? I forgot to turn off my air conditioning unit. Here, I'll just rotate this around and you can see the beast. There's my air conditioning unit. And it keeps my studio cool, but it's noisy. So hang on. It'll cut off in it. There it goes. Okay, and you can see the mess behind me. It's a studio, it's a workplace, it's a creative spot, and that's actually I tidied that a little bit for you. Okay, so you want to have the front of the vest, which is this, but you also have to have the back of the vest and the lining of the vest, and that's what this is going to be. So I picked these two out to go together. I think that'll look pretty nice. Kind of a color combo. The other one we picked out is also wool. It's slightly lighter weight, and even on that camera, that looks very blue. It's really more of a green blue, but not a bright teal. It's just a really cool color, and there's just speckles of, the camera's not quite picking that up. It looks the same blue as that plate back there, and it's just not. So that's a slightly lighter weight wool, and I got this, and that's about the right color there anyway, to be the liner in the back. So, and it doesn't take much fabric, even for a man like my husband who's a good size. But it's, I think, a yard of the wool for the front and 1.5 yards of the lighter weight. You don't want anything too light. You don't want the vest to be heavy on the front anyway. We won't get into that. Maybe when I make those, let me go put those over here. But the day we went to the fabric store, that was a delight, and I did not even know that that store is like 30 minutes from my house. I was so excited. So another group I'm part of, and understand these groups have not met for months because of the pandemic, but I am part of this group. It's a prayer shawl ministry at the Methodist Church, which is not where I attend, but in our community, everybody's friendly. The churches are so friendly. And this is This is the shawl I'm making. We give these shawls to people who are grieving, who are ill, just any suffering they're going through in their lives. We take them a shawl so that they can, and we pray as we do them, and then they wrap them around their shoulders and they feel loved, which is good. Anyway, this is a fun pattern. I love these. These are those wonderful circular bamboo needles. I didn't buy these. Somebody donated them to the group, and I was like, oh, I'll take those. But it's this wonderful pattern where every other row is just knit. There's no purling. And then the pattern row, you do your 5 stitches on the end, and you do your 5 stitches on the other end, okay, because that gives you a little border. And then between, you do a yarn over, knit 2 together, and then knit 1, knit 1. Yarn over, knit 2 together, knit, knit. Okay, you do that. And then when you get to the end, before the last 5 stitches, you just do the yarn over and the knit 2 together and go straight into. And the reason I did that was because it's more balanced. Because on this end, you have the 5 border, and then you have the yarn over. And so I wanted the yarn over on this end to be really close to the border as well, so it would have a balanced look, and you didn't have all those extra knits there. So that's what this is. And if you're, you know, it's just a square rectangle. So if you're a decent knitter, you can work that out. And I've been working on that for ages. I don't knit a lot anymore. I used to knit so much. I also paint, and I paint too much. I paint cards. I've been painting about 1.5 years. I paint little cards that look like this. There's a pumpkin. I did a lot of pumpkins. Oh, I like this one. This is these are 3 cats. I started doing a lot of cat ones. I like the brown cat on the end that has his paw on the other cat and his eyes are sideways. I like him. Adam says that the cat in the middle looks like our dog Trixie because she looks silly. Here's a pug. Some more cats. I don't really usually do, there's another pug. Historically speaking, my cards have been more florals, and then I got onto this animal with pen outline kick, and I've been on it for a while. But I've got some packs printed, like here's this is a geranium. So that's just to show you, I do art too, and at some point, I've done a few art videos, but I'd like to do some more that are edited and are better quality. That might be helpful, but there's so much art video out there. I don't know if that's really useful. The thing is, I love watercolors, and this is really cute. I'm sorry, I'm hiding my mouth. It's like a mask. Isn't it nice to see somebody's face and see them smile and talk, and there's your whole face and there's not a mask? Anyway, what makes this so easy is you just paint the watercolor in first. And if you look at that, you can tell it's just a general shape. You kind of go up this way, do a little curve, do a couple of ears, go this way. I painted this one first and painted these behind second. And then afterward, you take a little narrow paintbrush, and while the paint's still wet, you just draw some little furry hairs out. And the thing that ties it all together is this wonderful pen that you do around the edge. And you have to leave the white for the eyes. That's a little tricky, but it's not hard to do. This is so easy. Oh my goodness, it's so easy. And I've really enjoyed these, and I love the expressions you can give on their faces. I think that's why I've done so many. But watercolors are so easy to find, and then pens are too. All right, well, that's my first little video. I'm going to see if I can get things to splice together. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye. You may wonder what in the world this is. This is alpaca fleece. Doesn't it look like a mess? This is wet alpaca fleece that I just washed today. I haven't done anything with fleece in about 2.5 years. Kind of sad. I did get into spinning because I have a very old, nearly dilapidated spinning wheel. And I got kind of discouraged in spinning, and so I stopped. But then I started watching Kate Jackson at the last Homely House, and she was such an inspiration. I thought maybe I should start again. When this dries and is processed a little bit more, it's going to look like this. Isn't that beautiful? That's, I don't know if they call that roving or a rollag, or I can't get all the terms straight. But it is a beautiful alpaca, and this has been dizzed. Not did well, yes, it's been put through a hackle, so it's been combed, and I don't have a fancy hackle, and I don't have fancy combs either. And then you put it through a diz, which is just a little hole on a piece of pipe, and you get this wonderful stuff. So I want to process this nasty wet fleece and dry it and comb it out, and make some more, I guess I would call this roving that's in the bag right here, and do some more spinning. I'd like to practice and get my skill set back up again so that I could order some really nice, here we go, some really nice fleece that's been, I want fleece that's been washed, so I don't have to wash it. And I want it to be dyed, because I don't really know how to dye things, and I don't want to buy the dyes, and I don't know that that's something I want to do yet. But when I see Kate and other spinners get this fleece in the mail and they open up the box and they're these gorgeous colors and it's clean, but it still has to be processed. The part that I love the most, sorry to say, is the combing. And this is a homemade hackle that my husband made because I couldn't afford hackles and I couldn't afford those tall combs. And I've talked about that on other videos. They're just really expensive. Spinning equipment is very expensive. Sorry, I'm picking at this stuff as I'm talking to you down on the table. Here is some more. Now this is all alpaca from an alpaca, well, it's an ex-alpaca farm that's about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes from our house. They used to have alpacas, and see, this is some of the, now this has already been, I think this has been cleaned, although it's still got some vegetable matter in there, as they call it. It's been so long, I don't remember what's clean and what's not. I know that the stuff in the bags is clean. This stuff might need to be cleaned. As a matter of fact, I think I should wash it. But some of it is white, and then some of it is kind of gray. Look at that. And the reason I stopped spinning was because I did it all. You know, I cleaned it, and I dizzed it, and I combed it, and I spun it, and I plied it, and I got some, what I thought was some pretty cool yarn. See, here's, now, I'm a beginner, and so when you look at this, you see some of it's big and thick, and some of it's a little over twisty, and then get big bumps, but I think it's kind of cool. I'm not real picky, although it doesn't look anything as good as the stuff that people actually sell. But what I found was that I couldn't sell my yarn at the farmer's market because nobody wanted this yarn. And then I tried to figure out what I could make with it, and I tried to knit with it, and I didn't like what I knitted. I tried to do a sweater, and I tried to knit it with another acrylic yarn that had sparkly stuff in it, and this looked terrible. Now I think I'm going to pull out my loom, which I haven't used in a long time either, and I might make a shawl or a scarf or something with my alpaca fleece and see if I can make that work. I have so many shawls, so many scarves, so I've sold a lot of those. But since it's my own yarn, I kind of like to keep it myself. Matter of fact, I keep one right back here that is really fun. I wanted to mention this. I made this one. I think that actually is really wool. It's got a little edging. I forget why I did that. Maybe I thought it wasn't long enough. I don't know. But I can't believe I'm putting this on. It's September 1st and it's hot as blazes outside because I live in the American South. But I really like this. You can see I've had it for years. It reminds me of Tasha Tudor's shawl. But if you look at her books, if you look at the picture of her, it's kind of an iconic picture of her. And she's an old woman, and she's carrying a bundle of kindling or something. She's outside, and she's striding along in her long skirt, which I love. And she's wearing kind of an old grayish shawl that she must have knitted herself. And I wanted one like that, so I made this. And I use it in the winter. I keep it on my chair in my studio, and if it gets chilly in here in winter, which it does, then I'll stick it on. Anyway, we'll see if we can do something with these videos, at least for editing purposes. See you later. Bye-bye.